Hello guys, how are you all doing? Just thought I'd drop another little video on a piece I picked up fairly recently, and a break from, should I say, the norm, if you like, on my channel in terms of life-size pieces. Yeah, I did get this piece in from Sideshow a little while ago of the late great Adam West as Batman. Yeah, I wanted a really nice piece of Adam West. I'm a huge fan of this show. It's kind of like where my love for Batman stems from. It was this show that you know, I watched growing up as a kid. I got a lot of fond memories and a lot of time for it. It's just so good. So yeah, I wanted a decent piece on Adam West. And I did used to have a life-size bust on him, which I painted up, and I regrettably sold it. I really do. It pains me to the day that I got rid of that, but you know, we do these things sometimes. But yeah, I got this piece in from Sideshow, and let's have a look at it. We'll do a little review, if you like, or I'll give you my thoughts. So let's start with the base. Really nice base. It's actually a lot bigger than what I was expecting. Quite a large base. Probably in terms of height, you're looking at about 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches maybe. But it's really well done. The cool thing about this base is it actually does look like the 66 Batmobile wheels, the hubcap. So that is a really nice touch. It also goes really well, you know, with Batman sitting in the Batmobile with the black paintwork and the orange, you know, the orange trim. You know, it just looks fantastic. So the base is really nice. It's obviously painted with like a high gloss. So it's got a really nice finish to it. And then, yeah, if we just work our way up and have a little overview of the piece itself. I'll just turn him around as well, give him a little spin. Now, when I saw this, I was very kind of curious about the pose. I didn't know whether I was going to like it. I thought it was a little bit of a strange and somewhat daring pose to go with by Sideshow. I actually really like it. I think it really does sort of capture the, you know, some of those really funny classic fight scenes. Yeah, I actually like it. Like I say, kind of daring, but I'm happy with it. I think it was a really good choice. Something a little bit different, and like I say, it really does capture some of those kind of fight scenes from the show. If we look at his boots, they are actually painted really well. Got some really nice creases in there, and some nice shading as well, different blues, purples, a few like lighter highlights where the actual folds are in the material. One thing I will say, obviously this is very similar to the Hot Toys. It is a snag fest, so just be careful. If you've got rough hands, rough fingers, you know, rough skin, whack a pair of gloves on, because yeah, this will snag. The suit is actually done superb on this. It really is. Down to the kind of silky material pants that he's got, or trunks. The material as well looks really well done. It's really spot on. And then you've obviously got the classic 66 bat signal there. Got the belt. This actually is attached to the piece. So when you receive the piece, it basically comes in. No, let me have a think. Yeah, I think it's 3 pieces. It's just literally the head, and you're attaching the actual statue to the base, and then yeah, the cape goes around. The rest of it is all one piece, and the belt is attached, so you haven't got to muck around with that. Again, if you were, you could easily kind of snag the suit. And if we come up, we look at the gauntlets. Again, you've got a similar shading, kind of lighter blue highlights where there's creases in the actual glove. Just come around, focusing a little bit. There we go. The cape as well, very similar to the actual trunks, kind of got this really nice silky material, and there is a wire in that, so you've got a little bit of you know, manipulation in terms of how you want to pose that cape. And then if we look at the most important part, and this is kind of where Sideshow in the past have got, you know, a lot of things wrong, especially in terms of human sculpts. Their kind of comic stuff is fantastic, but in terms of really nailing a human sculpt, they've often kind of fallen short. But looking at that is Adam West, 100%. That really is Adam West. They've done an absolutely fantastic job in terms of the likeness. We just, if I try and get in a bit closer, not only the likeness, but you can just see some of the skin blemishes and the little freckles. It's painted really well. What's quite interesting is with the Catwoman that they've done, they've actually used translucent resin on that piece. I don't believe they've used it on this. I think it's just resin, but it's fantastic. It's really, really good. And again, even if we get in close, the eyes right down to very, very tiny veins in the white of the eye, and they've got a really nice gloss to them as well. So when you move this, the light really does, you can just see it there, really does catch nicely in the eyes, which gives them a lot of life, obviously. I'll give it another little spin. Really, really nice piece. Sideshow did a really, really good job on this, and I'm pleased they did. For me, you know, Adam West Batman, it's quite close to the heart, and it kind of it makes me sad to kind of, another hero of mine when I was growing up was Superman, Christopher Reeve, and they really kind of fell short and disappointed on that piece. So I'm glad they got this right. If you're a big fan of the show, you're gonna love this piece. Really, really nice. In terms of negatives, if you like, nitpicks, I've got one, and mine's more of a QC issue, I think, so I think it'll just be with my piece alone. The only thing I would say, this is actually painted really well, but if you look just over here, there's quite a bit of you know, there's a few runs and bleeds from where the black meets the red. You know, they've done it pretty damn well all round this side. It's just in this area over here where it's a little bit sloppy. That's my only real nitpick on this piece. The only other thing I would have said is it would have been nice if it'd done some sort of exclusive, because with the Batman show there was so many gadgets, you know, right down to the red phone, the bomb. You know, if you think in terms of the Hot Toys figures and the bits you get, the accessories you get with those figures, shark repellent, radios, air batarang, there's just so many things they could have done which would have been nice to put on the base or beside the base or something like that. That would have been really nice. But you know, the only other thing as well I will mention, I wouldn't say it's a nitpick, but it would have been really awesome if they could have done it, was if they could have actually incorporated the material into the actual cowl like it was on the show. I think that would have posed quite difficult, though, to be fair to Sideshow. So you know, this is fine. It just would have been totally epic if this was the actual, you know, the same kind of material, the silky material throughout the cowl. Again, if we look at the face, teeth are pretty decent. I mean, I'm putting the camera pretty close, but when you're viewing it kind of at a distance, you know, they look cool. I think they've done a really good job on this piece. Really good job. And like I say, if you're going to get it, you'll love it. It's very hard to kind of not like it. It's a bang on sculpt. The fabric, the tailor in the fabric is excellent. The base, minor my QC issues, is really well done. Like I say, it would have been nice with some sort of extra just to go with it. Quite a big piece as well. I sort of made a gap in the dettol from where he's got his arm up in that kind of punching motion, like an uppercut motion. It does add some extra height to the actual the piece, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, Sideshow did good on this one. Really good. And I'm, you know, from what I've seen, I might pick it up if I can squeeze her in. The Catwoman also looks really well done, and I'd be very interested to see how they've done the translucent resin on the skin. But yeah, really nice piece. Adam West, the late Adam West as Batman. Let me know what you think, guys. If you're thinking of getting it, I recommend it. I mean, the Sideshow have done really well on this one. Throughout, there's really, I don't think there's anything really weak about it. It's a really good figure, and a really excellent sculpt as well. So it's, yeah, it's good. It's really nice. Anyway, I'm gonna let it go there. Let me know what you think. Take it easy, stay safe. I'll have more of the same of life-size pieces coming up next, so stay tuned for those, and I will catch you later.